Today, I'm going to talk about a man named Jessie Owens. But to talk about him, I'm going to ask you this. Do you know who Muhammad Ali is? Do you like Muhammad Ali? Do you like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade? Or even Jameis Winston? Because if you do, then you should really like Jesse Owens also. Because what he did for colored people in sports is really revolutionary and groundbreaking for them. And he did things on three levels. He did some stuff worldwide, he did some stuff nationwide, and he did some stuff personally for him and himself. Firstly, I'm going to talk about how he affected everything worldwide. In the 1930s and late 1920s, a young man named Adolf Hitler rose to power in Germany. He proclaimed about how strong and powerful the Aryan race was, that they were unbeatable in sports, super strong men. And what an Aryan is a purebred, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white person from Germany. And Hitler would always say how powerful they are, how much that no one can beat them, how they're just okay. Sorry, it's slipping. How powerful they are, how they can't be beaten, how they're just dominant in sports, and everyone believed him and were scared of them, for well, good reason, because they thought that they actually were powerful. But then, at the 1936 Olympics held in Germany, Jesse Owens shattered that image for everyone. For the 100-meter dash, he outraced the Germans Aryans. He beat them. He got first. And when it came time for Hitler, the leader of Germany, to shake his hands, Hitler was nowhere to be found. His big, strong, powerful men were gone. They were no longer scary. Sorry, I was saying this like they were no longer scary or threatening to people. So that's how he affected it worldwide, because he made everyone believe that everyone was equal. It's just how hard you work and how much training you put in. Now, for what he did nationwide in the America, he made black athletes a lot more acceptable to the common white man, because back in the 1930s and 40s and 20s, there were things called Jim Crow laws which held down black people and held them from advancing. These laws would not give them as good as education and hold them back in very specific ways, because white people thought they were better, kind of like how Hitler thought Aryans were better than every other race, except just in America and just white people over black people, or in any other minority. So when Jesse Owens showed that he was just as good as the Aryans, and well, not just as good, better actually, everyone in America started accepting black athletes more and more, and became more and more okay with them. This led to many famous black boxers who stepped in the ring and became rich and famous for their abilities in the ring. He made a more level playing field for sports. He made America more and more accepting of the idea of mixing white athletes and black athletes. And finally, what he did for himself and his family, his personal accomplishments, he started life in a very poor place, especially because his schools were purposely underfunded and had worse stuff than normal white people's schools. And so he had to rise up from that. He had to accept that that's that, but that's not going to hold me back. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep grinding. He didn't let it hold him back, even though a lot of people in the situation would have. And back in the 1930s, especially during Great Depression, everyone was not having jobs, and no one could afford jobs, so his family was extremely poor on top of having a bad education. So for him to have the physical ability to rise up out of that poverty is quite impressive. And that is why Jessie Owens is so remarkable for beating the Aryans, for making white people and black people more accepting of each other for sports, and for rising out of his own low poverty level. He is a very impressive person, and that's why.